Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends, Wooden Railway Adventures, Episode 27, Murdoch's New Coach. Sir Topham Hatt was still deciding who would pull Old Slow Coach, now that Emily couldn't pull her anymore. He had many choices in mind, but he couldn't make up his mind. So one day he called Oliver, Peter, Sam, and Percy to come to the yard. Trevor, George, and Alfie also decided to tag along that morning. Sir Topham Hatt spoke to them. I have many choices who is going to pull Old Slow Coach, but I can't make up my mind, he said. Who should it be? Well, said Oliver, we need a ninja that is very loyal to the railway. Yeah, said Peter, Sam, because Old Slow Coach is a very grand coach. We need someone very important to pull her. Otherwise, Old Slow Coach would look like a shame. Yeah, said Percy, I have to agree with you on that one. Okay, said Sir Topham Hatt, but who should pull it? How about I, said Percy. I think I could pull Old Slow Coach. I mean, she's not that heavy. With passengers in her, she is, said Trevor. Well, anyway, sir, could I, said Percy. No, said Sir Topham Hatt. You're better at pulling trucks. I think you should stick to that. Okay, said Percy. I got it, said Oliver. Who is it going to be? Asked Sir Topham Hatt. How about Murdoch? Murdoch, said Trevor. That's a ridiculous idea. Well, not really, said George. Once you really think about it, he's been very loyal to the railway, and I think he likes working on the railway, said Alfie. I think you're right, he said. I think we should give Murdoch a trial. What is that supposed to mean? Asked Peter Sam. Well, here's what we'll do. I'll watch him today and see how well he does. If he does well, then I will promote him to pull Old Slow Coach. Well, that's a wonderful idea, said George. Yes, said Sir Topham Hatt. I think it'll be a very nice idea. Well, anyway, I'm off. Goodbye. And he walked away. He wanted to spy on Murdoch, and so he decided to hop into Duck. He told his driver what was happening. I'm going to spy on Murdoch today, he said. I want to figure out if he is able to pull Old Slow Coach. Okay, said Duck's driver. Be my guest. Thank you, said Sir Topham Hatt. You're welcome, said Duck's driver. Murdoch had been sleeping at the moment, but then he realized he had a train to pull. I better get off to my train, he said. Sir Topham Hatt's counting on me. Attaboy, said Sir Topham Hatt. But unfortunately, there had been a terrible accident, and there had been confusion on the turntable. Mavis and Sir Handel had been caught up in a terrible accident, and trucks were everywhere. Murdoch, however, didn't know about this. When he came over the hill, he was shocked. Oh no, he said, there's trucks everywhere. Oh no, he said. He had so much momentum that he zoomed down the hill and he crashed into them. Oh no, said Murdoch. I'm so sorry. It's all right, said Mavis and Sir Handel. But Sir Handel could barely speak. He was muffled by Mavis. I'm sorry, he said. I didn't know you guys were here. It's all right, they said. Sir Topham Hatt had seen this happen. Oh no, he said. I hope this wasn't Murdoch's doing. Duck backed into a siding, so they could get a closer look. And Rocky set to work. So Topham Hatt inspected it. Well, it didn't look like Murdoch caused this, and he got out at once. Murdoch, he said, I'm very ashamed of you. I'm sorry, sir, he said. I didn't mean to run into Mavis and Sir Handel. So it was you who did it, said Sir Topham Hatt. I guess so, said Murdoch. I don't know what you're talking about. You caused this entire accident, he said. I know the exact story. Don't try to explain it to me. Mavis was waiting patiently at the turntable while Sir Handel crossed it, but you came zooming over this hill so fast that you ran to Mavis's train. Mavis jolted forward and ran to Sir Handel. You should be ashamed of yourselves. I'm sorry, sir, said Murdoch, but that's really not the entire story. Oh, said Sir Topham Hatt, I think that is the entire story. Now, you should be ashamed of yourself. Go and sit in the siding and think about what you've done today. Yes, sir, said Murdoch, and he puffed away. Sir Topham Hatt was cross. He said, maybe Percy was right after all. Maybe I should put him in charge of it. And he puffed and he walked away. Mavis and Sir Handel had heard all about what had happened. Oh no, said Mavis. Sir Topham Hatt thinks that was Murdoch's fault. That can't be good, said Mavis. No, it can't, said Sir Handel. We have to do something, said Mavis. We can't let it be blamed. And look, he was supposed to pull Old Slow Coach. I guess, said Sir Handel. Let's just wait till Rocky puts us back on the track, and then we'll go talk to him. Soon, however, Rocky had, and the two ancients decided to go speak to Sir Topham Hatt. They puffed up to him. "Excuse me, sir," they said. "Could we have a moment with you, please?" "Of course," said Sir Topham Hatt, and Duke puffed away. "Please," he said, what's the matter?" "Well," they said, "we have something to tell you." "Well, then what is it?" asked Sir Topham Hatt. "Well, you know about the accident earlier this morning," said Mavis. "Yes," said Sir Topham Hatt. "Well, it wasn't really Murdoch's fault. It was ours." "What do you mean?" asked Sir Topham Hatt. "Well, there had been confusion at the turntable. Sir Handel and I still don't know what happened, but in the end we ended up crashing into each other. So the mess wasn't Murdoch's fault. It was ours." "I see," said Sir Topham Hatt. "Well, that means that I've blamed Murdoch for this entire thing, and it wasn't his fault." "Exactly," said the two engines. "Oh no," he said. "I better go apologize," and he ran away. Murdoch, however, was feeling very glum, and he was singing aside. Just then, Sir Topham Hatt walked up. "I'm sorry about what happened earlier this morning," said Murdoch. "It's completely my fault, and I promise I won't do it again." "No," said Sir Topham Hatt, "I'm sorry." "What do you mean?" asked Murdoch. "Mavis and Sir Handel told me all about what happened. You should have told me." "Oh, I'm sorry, sir," said Murdoch. "I'm not really that outgoing." "Well, you should be," said Sir Topham Hatt, "because I'm giving you the chance to pull old Slowcoach. What do you say?" "That sounds great," said Murdoch. "Thank you, sir, and I have never been so prouder in my life." And Sir Topham Hatt and Murdoch both had to agree.